Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about today's video because we are going to be testing out some popular mascaras against each other. Now, I've had this video idea for a while. I really want to create this as kind of a series here on my channel. As you guys may know, I am someone that rarely, if ever, wears false eyelashes, so I really need my mascara to do everything for me. I want volume, I want length, I want good wearability, I want it to be relatively easy to remove. And there are so many great mascaras out there, but I really wanted to narrow down what are the very best mascaras that are out there. I realize the answer to this question is completely subjective. We are all different, we have different preferences, we have different eyelashes, and we like different things in the mascaras that we use. But I thought it'd be fun to test some out for you guys so you can see how different mascaras perform, how they look, how they wear by the end of the day. Now, I've tried a lot of mascaras over the years, some high-end, mostly drugstore, and I found a lot that I really love. But I thought it would be a fun idea to test them out against each other, really find out which ones wear the best, which ones apply the best, compare the different formulas, the different brushes, all the things that go into making a mascara great. So today we're going to be testing out two very popular mascaras that I have often heard compared to one another. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara we will put on this side, and on this side we're going to try out the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Hope that you guys are excited about this video. If you are, you definitely are going to want to subscribe. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments below what mascaras you guys would like to see me try out or test against each other. I would love your feedback on this. So let's go ahead and zoom in and get started. All right, so here we are zoomed in, nice and close. You guys can probably see into my soul. I'm going to try my very best to stay in focus. But there's just a couple things I thought were important to note for you guys before we get into mascara application. For all of these mascara applications, not just in this video, but in future videos as well, I'm keeping things very neutral and basic on the eyes. Basically, I have very neutral shadow on, and I have my upper waterline only lined with a little bit of brown eyeliner, which is what I typically do on a daily basis. I've also gone in and given both of my lashes a quick curl, which again I typically do regardless of what mascara I'm using. With all of these videos, I'll be sure to let you guys know what mascaras we're using, what colors, how long each of them have been open, because that is something that I find to affect the way different mascaras wear. So today we are doing the Too Faced mascara on this side and the Lash Paradise mascara on this side. The Too Faced mascara is relatively new to me. I've had this tube open for about 3 weeks now, and the Lash Paradise mascara is brand new. I just picked this up today. Also, for this video specifically, the Lash Paradise, they were out of the blackest black version. Anyone else notice that they happen to have 3 different shades of black in this mascara? So I went with just the standard black. A lot of people have recommended getting the blackest black version, so that is something that you may want to keep in mind as I'm testing these out and comparing the color. So let's start off with the Too Faced side. So here is the Too Faced mascara. As you can see, the wand right here, we have a natural bristle wand. Very nice and large and fluffy, and I would say the mascara consistency of the formula of this is kind of right there in the middle between it's not overly wet, but it's also not overly dry when it's brand new. So we're going to start off going in with 1 coat of the Too Faced mascara. Okay guys, so there's the first coat of the Too Faced mascara. That mascara is very easy to apply. It went on really quickly. I didn't really have to work too hard to build it up. Didn't have any clumpy. You can see it's very nice and separating. It gives pretty good volume, pretty good length. As I mentioned before, I have been trying this mascara out for a couple of weeks. Really have been enjoying it, and I think where this mascara shines is in the second coat. This is one of the mascaras that works really well on a second coat. Not all mascaras do that. Some mascaras I find to be best with just 1 coat and left alone, but this is one of the ones that I think builds really nicely on top of itself, which we'll get to in just a sec. But let's go ahead and move over to the Lash Paradise side. So here I have the Lash Paradise mascara in the color just standard black. Here is the wand on this mascara. So here they are compared to one another. This is the Too Faced wand, which you can see is a little bit fluffier. It's a little bit larger than the L'Oreal wand right here. Now let's go in and apply the Lash Paradise mascara. Again, you guys, this is brand new. I have not used this mascara yet. I just picked it up today. Alright you guys, so here we are with coat number 1 of both mascaras. Hopefully you guys can kind of tell how these look. They actually are very similar to each other. I think applying them both were very, very close. They both applied really easily. Neither of them gave me much clumping. Built up really nicely and quickly on the lashes. I think they gave a similar effect to each other. I definitely am having a hard time telling the difference between both of these. I kind of think the Lash Paradise side is just a little bit more wild looking. I don't know if that description makes very much sense, but they're not quite as perfectly separated as the Too Faced side. But honestly, I think I'm really splitting hairs here. I think they look very, very similar to each other on the first coat. Now I want to move into a second coat and see how these apply on the second coat. Now I'm not going to apply a second coat to my lower lashes because I almost never do that. I usually like minimal mascara on my lower lashes, so we're just going to do the upper lashes. Let's start with the Too Faced side. There is coat number 2 of the Too Faced mascara. I think you can definitely tell a difference, hopefully, in these two. I love how this mascara builds on top of itself. You definitely get a little bit more of a clumpy look than with one coat, but it gives you a lot more drama, a lot more intensity. And I do find the clumping to be very minimal for a second coat of mascara. Nothing that just having a clean spoolie on hand can't take care of. So again, there is the second coat of the Too Faced side. Let's go ahead and put the second coat on of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Alright you guys, and there is the second coat of the L'Oreal mascara on this side. I have to say, I'm very impressed with this one. I actually think that the length I got out of the L'Oreal mascara side was just a little bit more than what I got out of the Too Faced side. But I really did notice when I was putting that second coat on that this one seemed significantly longer, quicker than the Too Faced side did. I had to build it up a little bit more on the Too Faced side, but I do still think the difference between these two is pretty minimal. I think these are both great mascaras on first application. So really quickly, I want to do a comparison on one coat of each of these mascaras versus two coats. So again, here is one coat and here is two coats. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wear this mascara throughout the rest of the day. It is currently 1:30 in the afternoon. I will wear this until I'm going to try and get at least 8 hours of wear out of this mascara and check in at the end of the day nice and close again and see if we have any smudging, any flaking. I have heard from some of you guys that the Too Faced mascara flakes on you. I haven't found that to be the case for me, but I also haven't really looked specifically for flaking. But we will be inspecting that at the end of the day. I'll zoom you guys in nice and close. I'm not going to wipe away anything, touch anything else on my face. I'm just going to try and just let it be. So that's where I'm going to leave it for now, and I will be back in about 8 hours to check in with you guys. Alright guys, it is 8:30 p.m. I am exhausted, so I'm actually ready to get ready for bed. So I wanted to wear this a little bit longer. It's been about seven and a half hours since I first put it on. So as I'm looking at both sides, I am noticing just a tiny bit of flaking here on the Too Faced side. I'm not sure if you guys can kind of pick this up. I basically just have a few, about 3 tiny small flakes right here underneath my lower lashes right there. Not too bad though, but I'm actually really surprised that I have quite a bit more flaking over here on the L'Oreal side, which is funny because I've heard a lot of people complain about the Too Faced mascara being a little bit too flaky, but I don't know that I've ever heard anyone comment that the Lash Paradise is flaky on them. But I'm noticing a little bit more flaking on this side. I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera, but you'll see a couple of these flakes have kind of gathered in my fine lines under my eyes. I have quite a few right under here on this corner of my eye, and I'm actually noticing some flaking even right inside here, kind of gathered on my lower lash line right there, which I'm not noticing on this side. So I don't know that if you guys can see that very well. From a distance, I wouldn't consider this either one a bad mascara as far as wearability. I'm okay with a little bit of flakes. Now if those flakes are large and kind of all over my face, that's when I have an issue with it. But something like this, a couple little flakes on my lower lash line, I wouldn't really consider that very detectable to just the average person from a relatively modest distance. But I do want to do one more sort of close-up look of this compared to when I first apply it. So here are both of those clips. On the top we have when it was freshly applied, and then on the bottom this is what it looks like after about 8 hours of wear. Alright you guys, so that is the final check-in. So I have just a couple of final thoughts to share with you guys. If I was to pick a winner, I think that would be virtually impossible. These were very, very similar to each other in the way that they looked, the way that they applied, and really the way that they even wore was pretty similar. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think the biggest difference between these two mascaras comes down to price and packaging. Obviously the drugstore L'Oreal mascara is significantly cheaper. This retails I think at Walmart for about $9, whereas the Too Faced mascara I believe retails for $24. But there is a difference in the packaging of these. I know packaging is not a big deal to a lot of people, but if you are someone that really appreciates sturdy feeling packaging, something that feels a little bit more high-end, this one definitely feels much more sturdy. It's weightier, it feels very solid, very hefty. It feels like a high-end mascara. This one is much lighter. It's definitely more of just kind of a plastic tube. You can really feel the difference in these two. One more thing to possibly keep in mind though is I have heard a lot of people kind of complain about the fact that the L'Oreal mascara tends to dry out very, very quickly. If you guys have any insight about that, please let us know in the comments below. But I think for today's mascara face-off, I would deem these two a tie. And ultimately, I might even have to give the edge to the Lash Paradise mascara. I did think this made my eyelashes just a hair longer than the Too Faced one, and again the price point I think is the biggest reason that I would give this one the edge over the Too Faced. But I think these are both fantastic mascaras. If any of you guys have any opinions on these, any experiences with using both of these or one of these mascaras, any insight you guys have to offer, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I think that would be helpful for everyone. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. I really would love to keep doing these mascara comparisons. Let me know if you guys thought this was interesting. I know these mascaras kind of were about the same, so maybe this video was kind of boring. You were hoping to see a little bit more of a difference, but hopefully in some of the next matchups that I have coming up, I think we'll see some differences in the ones I have coming up. So let me know again in the comments below if you guys have any recommendations as far as which mascaras you'd like to see me try out. Thank you all for watching. If you are not subscribed yet to my channel, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye.